Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're diving into the wacky, weird, and unbelievable side of US history. Buckle up, because we're uncovering 5 fascinating facts they probably left out of your textbooks. Get ready for 5 crazy and fascinating US history facts that will shock you. Let's kick things off with a fact that might make you question everything you thought you knew about American patriotism. The Star-Spangled Banner, that song we stand for at baseball games, it wasn't always the official anthem. For much of the nation's history, there was no single designated anthem. Americans sang various patriotic tunes from Yankee Doodle to Hail Columbia. Francis Scott Key penned those iconic lyrics in 1814, inspired by the bombardment of Fort McHenry during the War of 1812. But it wasn't until 1931 that Congress officially adopted the Star-Spangled Banner as the national anthem. The United States fought wars, expanded westward, and abolished slavery, all without a designated national anthem. Get ready for this one, because we're about to blast off into the realm of Cold War paranoia. Picture this. The year is 1958, tensions between the United States and the Soviet Union are high, and someone gets a brilliant idea. What if, they ask, we nuke the moon? This was a real plan, codenamed Project A-119. The idea was that detonating a nuclear weapon on the lunar surface would be a show of force to intimidate the Soviets. Thankfully, cooler heads prevailed. The plan was scrapped due to concerns about potential risks to the lunar environment and the image of the United States. Can you imagine the fallout, both literally and figuratively, if they had actually gone through with it? Chapter 3. The Trial of the Century Chicken Edition. Let's journey back to a time when life in America was a bit simpler but no less strange. In 1629, in the young colony of Massachusetts, a chicken was put on trial for the crime of being a chicken. It started when a man was accused of stealing his neighbor's chicken. Instead of just taking the owner's word for it, the court decided to let the alleged chicken thief have his day in court. The chicken was brought before the judge and jury, and the evidence was presented. Witnesses were called, testimonies were heard, and the fate of this feathered defendant hung in the balance. In the end, the man was found guilty of the theft, while the chicken was acquitted and set free. Justice was served, 17th century style. Chapter 4. The Tybee Bomb Lost and Still Radioactive. This next fact takes us back to the Cold War, a time when the threat of nuclear annihilation loomed large. In 1958, a routine training flight took a dramatic turn when a U.S. Air Force B-47 bomber collided with an F-86 fighter jet off the coast of Georgia. The B-47 was carrying a Mark 15 nuclear bomb, a 600-pound behemoth with a yield estimated to be 3 times that of the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. As the damaged bomber struggled to stay airborne, the crew jettisoned the bomb, believing they were dropping it in a safe location. Despite extensive searches, the so-called Tybee bomb has never been found. It remains lost somewhere on the ocean floor, a silent reminder of the Cold War's dangers. A nuclear bomb, lost and still radioactive, lurking beneath the waves. Chapter 5. Lady Liberty, More Than Just a Pretty Face. Let's end our journey with a stop at one of America's most iconic landmarks, the Statue of Liberty. Standing tall in New York Harbor, Lady Liberty has welcomed countless immigrants to American shores. But this symbol of American ideals has a secret past. Before she became the embodiment of liberty, she served a more practical purpose. For a brief moment, the Statue of Liberty pulled double duty as a lighthouse. In 1886, the U.S. Lighthouse Board equipped her torch with a powerful electric light to guide ships safely into the harbor. For 16 years she served as a beacon for mariners, though her career as a lighthouse was short-lived due to the light's ineffectiveness. And there you have it, 5 mind-blowing facts from the annals of U.S. history. From a chicken on trial to a nuke aimed at the moon, we've journeyed through the strange, the surprising, and the downright unbelievable. Which fact surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more mind-blowing history facts. See you in the next one. Hey there, history buffs. Did you know the U.S. once had a president for just one day? Or that an actual town in America elected a dog as its mayor? Stick around as I uncover some of the craziest and most fascinating facts from U.S. history that will blow your mind. Imagine being President of the United States for only one day. That actually happened on March 4, 1849. President James K. Polk's term ended, but the new president, Zachary Taylor, refused to be sworn in on a Sunday due to religious beliefs. So according to some interpretations, David Atchison, the Senate's president pro tempore, became the temporary leader of the country for just one day. Time zones are confusing enough, but did you know that for a brief moment in 1867, Americans experienced a 27-hour day? This happened when Alaska was purchased from Russia. The official switch from the Julian to the Gregorian calendar skipped 11 days. On top of that, Alaska jumped from the Russian time zone to American time, causing one of the longest days in U.S. history. The Liberty Bell in Philadelphia is famous, but most people don't know how it got cracked. The first major crack happened in the early 1800s. Despite multiple attempts to repair it, a final ring for George Washington's birthday in 1846 caused the famous split we see today. Now, it remains silent but still symbolizes freedom worldwide. Politics can be wild, but did you know that the town of Cormorant, Minnesota elected a dog named Duke as mayor? The Great Pyrenees won multiple elections and served from 2014 to 2018. His campaign, just being the friendliest pup in town. Can you imagine a time when sliced bread was illegal? In 1943, during World War II, the US government temporarily banned pre-sliced bread to save on wax paper and metal needed for war supplies. People were outraged, and after just 2 months, the ban was lifted. The White House wasn't always white. After being burned down by the British in 1814 during the War of 1812, its charred walls were covered in white paint to hide the damage. And that's how it got its iconic look. Which fact surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to see you in the next one.